Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. So as you can see, I am without a cast, but my hand is still swollen, still very weak, and still very painful. So I'm working on it with a physiotherapist and with an occupational therapist. And the occupational therapist asked me to bring a deck of cards. So next time I'm with her, I will start practicing the shuffling of the cards. So I hope that in no time I will be able to shuffle in the regular way. But this is still going to be the same kind of readings with shuffling like this. And today I'm going to use two decks that are sister decks, and this is the TRIFONI della Luna tarot deck, which is a sister deck of the Deviant Moon tarot, which I believe most of you know. And this is the illustrated Peeps deck. Now, as I told you many times, Peeps decks are decks that are in which the suits are not illustrated, but only one wand or for the ace, or two wands for the 3 wands, 4 cups, etc. But this one is an illustrated peep, so it's similar in a way to the Marseille, but it does have illustration in the minor arcana as well. So the next reading I will do with the Deviant Moon, the deck that is the deck that you all know. Okay, so this is a question from a subscriber. She actually asked me that before, and I misunderstood her. She wanted me to check how will Harry's book affect the public opinion about King Charles in England and even in the world. So I'm going to pick a few cards and see what the general energies around this are going to show us. Because in my previous reading, which I thought that was what she asked, I looked at the effect of this book on King Charles, and I did see that it's going to have a very bad effect on him. So he's going to be very depressed. But will it be justified? I mean, will the public opinion about him change when the book comes out? Remembering that with everything that they are doing, there are controversies, and everything that they are saying is coming out as lies and debunked later on. And now many articles say that there are contradictions between the book and the Netflix series, which flaws both credibility of the book and the docuseries, because if someone cannot remember what he said in one thing, then how can he be trusted to say the truth in another? So please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions, as speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. So I'm going to take a few cards and probably the underlying energy and maybe the card in the middle to see how will public opinion be affected by Harry's book. So here's the first card, and the first card is the 9 of Coins in reverse. The 9 of Coins is a card that speaks about happiness, getting paid or getting earning after a hard work. This is a card that is usually a very good card because it speaks about profit after working hard. It speaks about deserved success. And it speaks about happiness in everything that is connected to the family and the house and everything. But it's in the reverse. And first of all, it is a good card, so that doesn't change the fact that, and we're talking about the public opinion of King Charles, so the fact that people will have a good opinion on him won't change. But this card, when it's in the reverse, shows over materialism, someone who needs to prove himself, someone who is a perfectionist. So people will see him as someone who is striving for perfection, someone who is working on proving himself as a king, because his mother is a tough act to follow, but they will also see the materialism of Harry, in which he decided to blacken his father by this book. So this is the first card, and to say the truth, it's not a bad card for King Charles. The second card is the Ace of Wands, which is a great card because the Ace of Wands is a card of getting your wishes fulfilled in the material world. This is a card of someone who can manifest, someone who can create from nothing. This is a card of someone who is making things happen, who is able to make his wishes fulfilled in the material world. So this is a great card, and people will see Charles as someone who is starting things, new things, innovation, has creation of new endeavors. So this is a great card, and I believe that the public opinion will not change about how people see King Charles. This is the third card, and that's the Tower in reverse. And the Tower in reverse is a warning card. It doesn't mean that the monarchy will topple, but it does say that people will look at the monarchy as something that is being threatened by Harry and Meghan, as someone. This is a warning card that is calling King Charles to check the foundations, and checking the foundation includes deciding what to do with Harry and Meghan. And people will expect him to do something. This card is a warning card that is telling King Charles, if you want to create, if you want the abundance, if you want everything to happen in a good way, you need to check the foundations. You need to check to do something about those reckless people that are destroying things, that they have this tendency for self-destruction. Make sure that they do not destroy the monarchy while they are destroying themselves. So this card is a warning card, and I believe that King Charles really should make the decision about the titles and about everything else before the book comes out. This is what I believe. He needs to make those decisions and decide about the titles, decide about the children's titles, decide about invitation to the coronation. All of these decisions need to come out before the book comes, before the docuseries comes, so it won't be linked to one another. So there won't be this link that says that this is like a punishment for Harry, because this will only fuel their victimhood narrative. And I really do believe that if Charles wants to keep the monarchy still up and standing, he needs to make those decisions now. Okay, so let's see what the underlying message is. And the underlying message is the Queen of Cups in reverse. And the Queen of Cups, that is a card, I will just put it like this so you can see, but this is a card of the Scorpio, and Charles is a Scorpio. So this, but it's in the reverse. The Scorpio is the adventurous queen. Someone who is not afraid of changes, someone who goes out to do things. She's someone who will destroy in order to rebuild, someone who is not afraid to break conventions. But it's in the reverse. And in the reverse, it shows a little bit of instability and cheating, addictions, obsessiveness, revenge. And I will take the revenge part here because I really believe that that's why I'm saying that King Charles needs to make those decisions now. So it won't look as if this is a revenge when he decides, if he decides, to take away their titles or not to give their children titles. So it won't look like a revenge act. And this is another warning for King Charles that it's okay to strive for change. It's also okay to rebuild things, but he needs to make sure that it doesn't look like a revenge. Okay, the middle card is another card that is reversed, and this is the Nine of Cups in reverse. It's like a reverse deck, but I'm keeping it upright so you'll see the card, but this is in reverse. And the Nine of Cups is a card that speaks about wishes coming true. This is someone who is successful in business, someone who is successful in other things. The fact that it's in reverse doesn't change the fact that this is a good card. This is a yes card. This is a card of someone who is able to succeed and to win. So the people do see that that King Charles is able to win this and to do the right thing. But because it's in the reverse, we see perfectionism, and we see it's another card of someone who needs to prove himself. It's another card of over materialism, just like the Nine of Pentacles is. So both of these cards are showing that King Charles is a perfectionist. He wants to change things, but he, like the Queen of Cups is showing us, he wants to change things. He wants the abundance. He wants the happiness. He needs to be very careful that it won't look as if he is doing this in revenge, or that he does the right that he takes the right decisions in order to keep the monarchy standing and not collapsing. Okay, so the oracle deck for this reading is the DELLA NUIT oracle, and the card that I'm getting is Cinderella. So let's see, what does Cinderella say? Okay, so this is a great message for King Charles. Cinderella, we all know the story, and what the message of the card is do not let the obstacles disturb you on your way. Do not let them discourage you or demoralize you. Do not lose yourself in bitterness. Keep your faith strong, keep your hope alive, and also keep a kind and generous heart. So this card is telling King Charles not to let that book disturb him, not to let those obstacles that Harry keeps putting in his way discourage him, to make the right decision, to be kind-hearted when he does that, and to make sure that it doesn't look like a revenge with Harry, but that it's something that is just has to be, because he needs to keep the tower still up and not falling apart. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.